Ben, back with Farmhouse in the Suburbs. Don't forget to check out my blog at farmhouseinthesuburbs.org. And today we're going to be going to Mosi Museum of Science and Industry in Tampa. And I am so excited because I've been going to Mosi since I was a kid. We haven't been to Mosi in probably, I think my son was 2 or 3 when we took him. We had just 1 kid and now we have 3. And I don't think he really enjoyed it as much as my husband and I did. So it's been quite a while. We do actually have membership passes for a year. My mom bought them for us for Christmas. We try to not do so many gifts, and lots of times we like to have experiences instead. So she normally always gets us passes to somewhere. Last year we had passes to Laurie Park Zoo, which was wonderful. We love the zoo. So this year we have passes to Mosi, and it's actually really cool because we get discounts to other museums across the state. So when we went to the Glacier Museum, we got 50% off, and also Exploration 5, we can get in for free during the months of, I think, October and November, I believe. So I think that's really cool, and there's a list of way more museums and attractions. There's Dinosaur World and all sorts of cool stuff you get into at a discounted rate or free. So today, like I said, we're going to be checking out Mosi, and if you are excited to see everything that Mosi has, then stay tuned.
We are at Mosi!
Mosi Museum of Science and Industry. Hi, Hal. Show me how they work. Everybody will get a turn. I got it. There it goes. Here, let's put it on top of this one. Think we can stack it, Bubba?
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and push the down button, Bubba. Yeah, push it down. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Okay, stop. Alright. Good job. We did it, you guys. You gotta walk in a straight line. Walk to me. It's operation. What did you get, Belle? You got a heart. You ready, Jay? Let's go find Hal. Your head's in the way. Optical illusions. Let me see. Where's your body, Ben?
As old as our solar system, it says.
It's like being in a plane, except higher.
Good job, Belle.
Robin would only weigh 8 pounds on the boat.
8 pounds.
We just got back from Mosi, and I have to say it was really disappointing. The whole entire museum has changed, and unfortunately not for the better. When we used to go to Mosi, it was at this really big building that is still there, but I guess Mosi now is located directly across from that building where they used to have just their toddler play area. So that toddler play area has now been transformed into the entire Mosi Museum. There is no more cafe to get food. There is no more gift shop, which was the most awesome gift shop ever. They had so many cool things. So I was kind of disappointed not to see that. Benjamin had brought his spending money and he was excited to get to, you know, buy something. He wanted to see if there was any astronaut stuff there. So he was a little disappointed that he didn't get to buy anything. And I was planning on eating lunch there and there was nothing to eat. So that was kind of a shock. And they also used to have a really awesome IMAX theater and they don't have that anymore either. I feel like there wasn't a lot of stuff there to do. We only spent about an hour and a half and we kind of had to drag it out a little bit. Honestly, I was really disappointed about going to Mosi this time around. But the cool thing is that with our passes, we get into other places, like I said, for a discounted rate. So we're gonna take advantage of that this year and kind of go to a bunch of new places that we haven't been before. As far as price goes, I'm gonna give Mosi 2 stars out of 5, just because it was the most expensive museum that we visited during those 3 days. All of the other museums were very reasonably priced, and Mosi seemed reasonably priced at first, but you don't get everything included. So if you want to do the virtual reality, if you want to do the ropes course, if you want to see the planetarium, all of those things are extra money on top of it. So if you want to see everything that Mosi has, it's about $30 a person. And I feel like with how little is there, I think it would be a good idea for them to include everything. So that's why I would give Mosi a 2. It was just really expensive. There wasn't anything there. And then you have to add on all this extra stuff. And it just really honestly wasn't worth it. Now, as far as their overall features go, like their hours, their website, I would give Mosi a 4.5 out of 5. I think that their website was really good. I could find everything that I was looking for when I was trying to find different programs that they offered. I could easily find their hours. There were no broken links. And I actually really do like their hours. They're open every single day from 10 to 5. So I feel like that's a good amount of hours. Compared to Glacier Museum, they had different hours for different days. It can kind of get confusing and you might have to check on the day before you go just to make sure. But when they're open every day from 10 to 5, it makes it easy to remember so you don't have to look it up. Now, the amenities at Mosi, I would give them a 3 out of 5. That's because they didn't offer any food. They did have a park where you could bring a lunch and sit and eat by the park, so that would be nice. And it's also on a busy street. We ended up going to Chili's afterwards, which was about a 5-minute drive, but it was kind of disappointing that there wasn't anything there to grab for little ones if they wanted to snack or something like that. They also did have a park, which was really nice. That was probably my 2 youngest favorite part of the entire museum was getting to play on the playground. They didn't have a gift shop like Exploration 5 did. So that was a little disappointing. And also their programs are pretty limited. They do have some homeschool programs and they do have spring break, summer camp, that kind of thing. But compared to the other two museums, they were kind of lacking in different programs that they offered. For the staff portion, I would rate Mosi at a 2. There was a lot of staff there, which was great, but they were not very helpful and none of them were friendly. None of them smiled. None of them were excited to see anybody. Everyone was just kind of rude. When we went through the museum, I was expecting to go through what used to be the kids portion and then go over into the bigger building because that's how it always used to be. So when I couldn't get over to the other building, I went to the front desk and I said, hey, how do we get to the cafe? How do we get over to the Imax Dome? And she looked at me and she was like, we don't have an Imax Dome anymore. And she was so mean about it. And I'm like, okay. So I walked away for a minute and then I was talking with my mom and I'm like, what do they mean they don't have an Imax Dome? So I went back over there and I said, well, what happened? I was trying to get information about why we couldn't go into the other building that had been there since I was probably 7 years old, so 20 years. And she said, we haven't been in that building for a year now. And I'm like, okay, sorry I asked. So she was not very excited about answering those questions. And we had to do research on our own. And we found out that I guess Mosi is in some sort of financial hardship and they sold that building to the county to try to make up for that. And basically they're about to go bankrupt. I guess their plan was to move to downtown Tampa where the Tampa Bay Lightning plays, but now that the Tampa Bay Lightning is not moving, Mosi has no other option but to stay in that small building that they're in right now. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen with Mosi. It's kind of sad, honestly, because it used to be such a great place. I know years ago I went and saw this Titanic exhibit and it was amazing. It was like literally walking through the Titanic. It was so cool. They had the human bodies exhibit. They had so many things and they do not offer any of that anymore. But again, as far as the staff goes, there was also another guy there and they have like puzzles that you can try to figure out. Brain buster puzzles. We were having trouble figuring them out, and so there's supposed to be someone there to help you in case you need a little bit of help. The guy didn't say a word. He would just come up, do the puzzle, and walk away. And he would do it so fast you didn't even know how to do it. He didn't explain anything at all. So I just felt like the staff there kind of just felt like they didn't really want to be there. So that's why I'm giving them 2 out of 5 stars. Now, as far as cleanliness goes, I would go ahead and give Mosi 5 stars. There was nothing gross and dirty. Everything looked clean and wiped down. It's filled with lots and lots of windows. There was no sticky handprints on the windows. All of the exhibits looked like they were maintained really well. The park was very clean. So I think that they're doing a really, really good job keeping the exhibits clean. Now, as far as our children and how they felt with the museum, they would give Mosi 4 out of 5 stars. I think they all really enjoyed themselves. It wasn't their favorite of the 3, but they still had a lot of fun. My son really liked the moon base exhibit, and that was also my favorite. It was really well done. It's like you're at a space station and it was really, really cool. So if you have someone who loves space, they would really like that portion of it. But I felt like the rest of it was just a little bit too advanced maybe for my little ones. I feel like Mosi would be great if you have someone who's maybe 7 to 13. If the majority of your kids are in that age range, I think they might like Mosi a little bit better than our family did. There's just a lot of puzzles that are hands-on, which is great, but I don't think it's really something that 2- and 4-year-olds are really gonna figure out. And I think that the older children would really enjoy those puzzles and things like that a little bit more than our family did. With that said, we still had fun. Our kids and our youngest, who was 2, she still had fun. She just didn't get as much out of it as she could have if we waited until she was a little bit older to go. So that's it, you guys. Out of all 3 museums that we visited, which was the Glaser Children's Museum, Exploration 5, and Mosi, out of all of them, I would probably have to say that Mosi was our least favorite. But we do get into other places, so that is a huge plus. We're still gonna go back, but I was hoping to go back every month, and I think we would get really bored if we went every single month. So we're gonna try to switch it up and do some new things. We still had a good time. I just think it's a little bit pricey pricey for what it is. I think there's a lot of other great options if you're looking to have a family day. I would suggest going to the Glacier Museum if you're close by. I guess that's our final video of our 3-part series. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. I hope it was helpful if you're in the Tampa area or if you're looking for something fun to do with the kids. And I hope it kind of gave you a little bit more information on making a better decision about which one you want to go to. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If you have any requests for videos, please let me know. We're gonna be making a whole bunch more videos. My plan is to start doing videos 2 days a week. So we're gonna have a lot more stuff. We're gonna have a video about our ant harvesting. I'm gonna talk to you guys about keto. We're gonna be doing some projects around the house. If you're excited for everything, more is gonna be coming. I really appreciate all of you guys for taking the time to watch. I just wanna give a big shout out to you guys and thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day. See you soon.
Thank you for watching.